Problem statement. The noise pollution due to the increased number of vehicles used by UMT students and staffs affect the residents surrounding UMT. Objectives. Number 1. To determine the level of noise between weekend and weekdays. Number 2. To identify the main source of noise compliance with the guideline. Number 3. To investigate the effect of noise to the resident in the affected area using questionnaire. Apparatus that we use: anemometer, measuring tape, and stopwatch.
Hi, so today I would like to continue about the methodology of the study area. So first, this is a study area. As you can see, this is the UMT area, and then this is the main road. So normally, the staff and the student, we use this road to reach to the UMT. Next is the sampling duration. So we take about weekend and weekday, so which is 26th October is on weekend, and then 30th October is on weekdays. So normally we take 3 peak hours for every each of the day, and then we have 3 peak hours, which is during the morning from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. And then during the afternoon about 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. and the evening about 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and each peak hour we take about 1 hour to 2 minutes interval. And then this is a sampling activity that we have actually conduct. We use anemometer, and then we obtain the wind speed data from the UMT weather station. So this actually the required measurement that we do during the sampling activity. So we actually about approximately 3 meters from the wall, and then the anemometer is also located at the 1.5 meter from the ground. So for the data analysis, we use analysis of variance, which is ANOVA, and then also equivalent of noise, LEQ. So both of these we use in Excel, and we calculate that. And then these are the questionnaire that we use. We actually have 5 questions. So part 1 about 3 questions just to ask the respondent background, and then the part 2 is about for the noise effect.
From the results, we calculate LEQ with Microsoft Excel by using the following formula. So from the data, we got Lmax during weekday, which is 83.5 dBA in the morning, because most of the lecturers, staffs and students use the gate near the Aquatrop to reach UMT. But during weekend, the Lmax we get is 56 dBA, which is also in the morning. It is lower compared to weekday because this gate is not open in the weekend. So the source of sounds we obtain from baby giggles, animal sound, kids playing, and also from the environment. Okay, next, the average of LEQ we get from weekend is 47.92 dBA, which is below 50 dBA. While for weekday, the average LEQ we get is 72.31 dBA, which is the highest in the 2 days.
We use ANOVA single factor to determine significant noise level between 2 different days, which are weekdays and weekend. We use ANOVA single factor for the comparison mean of 2 or more sample data. ANOVA single factor is used to test null hypothesis for the mean of group are all equal. If the p-value test is less than 0.05, that means the null hypothesis is rejected. Based on data ANOVA obtained for weekdays, we get 2.11 times 10 to the power of 13, whereas for weekend is 7.69 times 10 to the power of -5. This p-value test shows that less than 0.05. there are evident difference between mean, so null hypothesis is rejected.
Now, I'm going to explain to you the relation of traffic volumes versus noise levels. As you can see, for weekdays, the traffic volumes differ from each peak hour. For the morning, we have the lowest traffic volume with only 314 vehicles for the morning. As you can see also, there is the peak hour in the afternoon with 504 vehicles and the highest LEQ with 72.92 decibel. And the evening, there's no much different from the afternoon peak hour with the high number of vehicles. For the weekend graph, only the morning have the traffic volume, but it's still lower than the standard noise level, which is 55 decibel. The noise level mostly contributed by the sound of baby giggles, the sound of animals, and the kid playing around there. So we can conclude that the noise level for weekend and weekdays is mostly contributed by the numbers of vehicles.
For this data survey, we had interview about 50 respondents in the affected area. Next. For the first question, we asked them, does noise bother them while at home? And all the 15 respondents agree that noise really bother them. Next. Next, we asked the question for them, whether weekday or weekend have the noise. And 15 respondents agree that the weekday has the noise. Okay, for question number 3, we asked them what is the time that are noisiest. From the survey, the data that we obtained is 30/50 respondents agree that evening has the noisiest noise, while 9/50 respondents agree that morning are the noisiest, and lastly, 8/50 respondents agree that afternoon are the noisiest noises. In the fourth question, we asked them, is the noise affect their health? Over 53 of respondents agree with the statement. Okay, for the last question, we asked them, any health effect that caused by the noise and from the data we obtained, 12/50 agree that the noise have disturbed their sleep, and 8/15 agree that the noise had interference with their communication.
So this will be our conclusion part. So from here, you can see that weekday gives higher impact of noise emission to the residents nearing the housing area of Aquatrock Gate than weekend, because we have mentioned before that weekday is the place where most of the students, staffs and lecturers use the way to enter UMT. So from the data we have obtained, we have calculated an average LEQ for weekday, and we get to know that weekday has a higher decibel, which is 72.31, and weekend have a 47.92 dBA. So from here we can see that it exceeds the level of guideline for the noise emission level in noise sensitive areas, low density residential areas. Our area is considered as noise sensitive areas, so it should be 55 decibel, but we have exceed the level, which is 72.31. Next, for our data, we use a single factor ANOVA to test the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So from there, we get an average p-value of 2.11 times 10 to the power of negative 13 for the weekday and 7.69 times 10 to the power of negative 5 for weekend. From here, we can see that the value of p-value is less than 0.05, which means we have to reject the null hypothesis. So we have to accept our alternative hypothesis. Next, we have done a survey to 15 respondents near the housing area. So from there, we get to know that all the residents agree that the noise from the vehicles that pass through their housing area does disturb their lifestyle. Recommendations. So instead of using a single factor ANOVA, we can also use a t-test, as it consists of more than 2 sets of data. Next, maybe we can give suggestions to the authority of UMT have to minimize the entrance of vehicles near the Aquatop gate so that it can minimize or reduce the noise level pollution to the residents around the housing area.